Dear students, welcome to you all. Today I am going to discuss about Argand plane and quadratic equations with real coefficients. First we discuss about Argand plane, that is geometrical representation of complex numbers. We consider x dash o x and y dash o y be any two rectangular axes in this plane. We know that corresponding to every point P in xy plane here, and the point is here P, there is a unique ordered pair xy. The point P with coordinates x and y is said to represent the complex numbers z equal to x plus iy. Thus, every complex number can be uniquely represented by point pxy in the plane. Here, the plane is called the complex plane or Argand plane or Gaussian plane. Dear students, in figure 1, here the length OP is called the modulus of complex number z equal to x plus iy, and it is denoted by mod of z equal to r greater than 0. Here r equal to mod of z or modulus of z equal to square root of x square plus y square. Z equal to x plus iy, then modulus of z equal to modulus of x plus iy equal to OP, the length OP here, and this is equal to square root of x square plus y square, and this is the distance between the point P and the origin O. Dear students, the points on the x-axis corresponds to the complex numbers of the form a plus I0. Means if the points lie on x-axis, the corresponding complex numbers form is a plus I0, and the points on the y-axis corresponds to the complex numbers of the form 0 plus IB. Means if the points lie on y-axis here, the corresponding complex numbers of the form is 0 plus IB here. The x-axis in this case is called the real axis and y-axis is called the imaginary axis. The representation of complex number z equal to x plus iy and its conjugate, already we know that is z equal to x minus iy, in the Argand plane are respectively the points P xy and q x minus y. Here p xy and q x minus y. Geometrically, the point x minus y is the mirror image of the point xy. Here this is the mirror image of the point xy. Here xy and here x minus y. So x minus y is the mirror image of the point xy on the real axis. Here this is real axis. X axis is called the real axis and y axis is called the imaginary axis. And we can see easily from figure 2. Taking an example, draw the organed diagram of the set of complex numbers. First 1 plus I, second 1 minus I, third minus 1 plus I, fourth minus 1 minus I, fifth I, and sixth 1. For solution, dear students, we know that the complex number x plus iy is represented by the point with coordinates xy on the organed plane. Here 1 plus I is represented by point A having coordinate 1 1. Here 1 minus I is represented by point P having coordinates 1 minus 1. Here this is B. Minus 1 plus I is represented by the point C having coordinates minus 1 1. Here this is C. Minus 1 minus I is represented by the point D having coordinates minus 1 minus 1. Here this is D. I is represented by the point E having coordinates 0 1, means this is of the form 0 plus IB, means this lies on y axis here, that is also called the imaginary axis. 0 1. 1 is represented by a point F having coordinates 1 0. Dear students, it is of the form a plus 0 I. So this point lies on real axis, that is also called the x axis, F 1 0. Now we will discuss about the solution of questions of exercise 5.2 from NCERT. Find the modulus of the following complex numbers. First, z is equal to 1 minus I root 3, and number 2, z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. Dear students, already we know that modulus of z equal to modulus of x plus iy, and this is equal to x square plus y square. Using this result, we can find modulus of z equal to modulus of 1 minus I root 3, and this is equal to here 2. Similarly, we can find modulus of z is equal to modulus of minus root 3 plus I, and this is equal to also 2. Now we will discuss about quadratic equations with real coefficients. Dear students, we are already familiar with the quadratic equations and have solved them in the set of real numbers in the cases where discriminant is non-negative, that is greater than or equal to 0. Let us consider the quadratic equations ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 with real coefficients a, b and c, where a not equal to 0. Let us assume d equal to b square minus 4ac less than 0. Dear students, here d is also called discriminant. Now we know that we can find the square root of negative real numbers in the set of complex numbers. Therefore, the solution to the above equation are available in the set of complex numbers which are given by here x equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Already we know, and here this can be written as minus b plus minus square root of minus. Here we have taken minus as a common. We get minus in bracket 4ac minus b square by 2a, and here this is like as minus 1. So for this we can write I square. So this is equal to minus b plus minus square root of 4ac minus b square into square root of minus 1 by 2a we can write, and finally we get here x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of 4ac minus b square I by 2a. Dear students, here note that in quadratic equations with real coefficients, the imaginary roots occur in conjugate pairs. Now we will discuss about fundamental theorem of algebra without proof. A polynomial equation has at least one root. As a consequence of this theorem, the following result, which is of immense importance, is arrived at. A polynomial equation of degree n has n roots. Now we will discuss about the solution of the questions of exercise 5.3 from NCERT. Solve each of the following questions. Question number 8, root 3x square minus root 2x plus 3 root 3 equal to 0. And question number 10, x square plus x by root 2 plus 1 equal to 0. Here, to find the solution, we start question number 8. Given root 3x square minus root 2x plus 3 root 3 equal to 0. Dear students, here we have a equal to root 3, b equal to minus root 2 and c is equal to 3 root 3. Therefore, x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. And we solve this here, and we get x is equal to root 2 plus minus square root of minus 34 by 2 root 3. And this can be written as root 2 plus minus square root of 34 I square. For minus 1, we can write I square, and we get root 2 plus minus root 34 I by 2 root 3. And if we separate the numerator, we get root 2 by 2 root 3 plus root 34 by 2 root 3 I. And this is the required solution, that is x is equal to root 2 by 2 root 3 plus root 34 by 2 root 3 I, and x is equal to root 2 by 2 root 3 minus root 34 by 2 root 3 I are the required solutions. Dear students, similarly we can solve question number 10 also, and here first we convert this equation x square plus x by root 2 plus 1 equal to 0 in simple form, means we multiply by root 2 on both sides, we get root 2 x square plus x plus root 2 equal to 0. Here a equal to root 2, b equal to 1 and c equal to root 2. And using the formula here, x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square. Here b square. b square minus 4ac by 2a. And we solve this here and we get minus 1 plus minus square root of minus 7 by 2 root 2. And for here minus this we write 7i square. Minus 1 plus minus square root of 7i square by 2 root 2. And we solve this, we get minus 1 by 2 root 2 plus minus root 7 by 2 root 2 I. Means x is equal to minus 1 by 2 root 2 plus root 7 by 2 root 2 I and minus 1 by 2 root 2 minus root 7 by 2 root 2 I are the required solutions. Now we discuss the modulus and the conjugate of complex numbers. Let z is equal to a plus ib be a complex number. Then conjugate of z is denoted by z bar and this is equal to a minus ib. Modulus of z equal to modulus of a plus ib and this is equal to here modulus of z. Modulus of z equal to square root of a square plus b square. Z inverse or 1 by z is multiplicative inverse of z. Therefore we have z inverse equal to z bar by mod of z square and this is equal to z into z bar equal to modulus of z square. Here bar of z bar equal to z. For any two complex numbers z1 and z2 we have modulus of z1 z2 equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. Modulus of z1 by z2 equal to modulus of z1 by modulus of z2 where modulus of z2 not equal to 0. z1 z2 bar equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. Here z1 plus minus z2 whole bar equal to z1 bar plus minus z2 bar. z1 by z2 that is bar of z1 by z2 equal to z1 bar by z2 bar where z2 not equal to 0. Dear students, we use these results in the question for the solution. Now we will discuss miscellaneous exercise on chapter 5. Question number 11. If a plus ib equal to x plus I whole square by 2x square plus 1, then prove that a square plus b square equal to x plus 1 whole square by 2x square plus 1 whole square. Here already we have given, and if we change here I into minus I, we get a minus ib equal to x minus I whole square by 2x square plus 1. Here plus and we change minus I, so we get this. And multiplying and 1 and 2 correspondingly, here we get a square minus I square b square, a plus b, a minus b. So we get this, and this is equal to x square plus 1 whole square by 2x square plus 1 whole square. Here minus I square and I square is minus 1, minus minus plus. We get this. And finally we get a square plus b square. Here I square minus 1 minus minus plus. And this is equal to x square plus 1 whole square by 2x square plus 1 whole square, which is proved. Question number 17. If alpha and beta are different complex numbers, with modulus of beta equal to 1, then find modulus of beta minus alpha by 1 plus alpha bar beta. And this is very important questions. Given modulus of beta is equal to 1 already here, so we can find modulus of beta square, this is also equal to 1, and this can be written as beta into beta bar equal to 1. Here using this result, here mod z square modulus of z square equal to z into z bar, using this result here modulus of beta square equal to 1 can be written as beta into beta bar equal to 1, here already given. Therefore modulus of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta can be written as beta minus alpha by beta bar minus alpha bar beta, using 1 here, and this is equal to beta minus alpha by beta. We have taken here beta as a common, we get beta bar minus alpha bar, and this can be written modulus of beta minus alpha by beta in bracket bar of beta minus alpha, using this result here already we have discussed above, and this can be written as modulus of beta minus alpha by modulus of beta into bar of beta minus alpha. Here again we using this result from above, and this is equal to modulus of beta minus alpha by modulus of beta into modulus of beta minus alpha bar, and using this result here from above this, and this is equal to 1 by modulus of beta, and this is equal to 1. Why? Because modulus of beta equal to 1 already given. So modulus of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta equal to 1. Question number 10. If z1 equal to 2 minus I and z2 is equal to 1 plus I, find modulus of z1 plus z2 plus 1 by z1 minus z2 plus I. For solution, here we have given this, and we can write putting the values from the above. We get this, and this is equal to modulus of 4 by 1 minus I, and this can be written modulus of 4 by modulus of 1 minus I, using this result from the above here. And finally we get this is equal to 4 by root 2, and if we simplify again this, we get 2 root 2. Dear students, remaining questions of exercise 5.3 and miscellaneous exercise on chapter 5 are homework. Thank you.